Hey everyone, welcome to Paranormal. I first want to say I'm so excited that we have some new followers, and I wanted to welcome all you new guys. I hope you enjoy what you've seen and hopefully what you'll see in the future. Today we're going to talk about hauntings, different types of hauntings. You've got poltergeists. And poltergeists, it's noisy ghost, and it's exactly what it means. They can shut doors, cabinets, open and close cabinets. I've even heard them, ringing on the telephone. Nobody's there. They're just a real nuisance. They can run your water, turn on your lights. They say poltergeist stems to particularly girls that are hitting puberty. And to me, I don't believe that. Maybe there's some kind of truth to it. To me, if that's the case, we would have poltergeist everywhere. So, also, poltergeist can be disguised as a demonic haunting. Yes, I did. I said demonic. It's rare. It's not something you're going to see all the time. So you just have to kind of figure out, which is which. Demonic has a little bit of a sinister tone to it, where a poltergeist is just annoying. Plain and simple. They're just annoying. Poltergeists can be difficult to get rid of. Demonic, do I really need to say? Yes, demonic, you'll have to get people that are experienced in to help. But like I said, it's rare. Then you have residual energy. Yes, that can be a haunting. Not far from us is a big Civil War battlefield, and they built homes. Well, there was a particular couple that kept saying they see soldiers walking through their home. And ghost investigators went in there, paranormal teams, whatever you want to call them. They went in there and realized it was just residual energy. And you can pick up a lot of that on the trails, around the battlefield. There's been stories of a soldier on his horse, a horse running off on its own, cannon fire, gunfire, soldiers in the woods hiding, talking. So that's residual energy. They don't interact with you. They're just replaying. It's like a tape, replaying over and over again. Nothing to be worried about, nothing to be frightened. It is what it is. Unfortunately, with residual energy, usually comes with bloody battles, really horrific things that have happened to people, and it just plays on and on. Then you have intelligent hauntings, and that is something that you can hear talk to you. Yeah, you can talk to it back. It also will, with intelligent hauntings, they can create like a cigarette smoke smell, or a cigar smoke smell, perfume. So, they're nothing to be scared of. What people need to understand is how that person was in life is how they're going to be in the afterlife, or another dimension, whatever you want to call it. And they I think, to me, they just want their story told. So if they're getting your attention, is they have something they need to tell, whether it be, of what happened in their life or whatnot. And also with an intelligent haunting, you'll get where if somebody passes away, for the first couple months, you may get that relative you were very close to. You may see them. You can maybe smell their perfume or their cologne, or if they were a smoker, you can pick up those senses, and it will slowly start to dissipate. And it, like I said, if you are a mean, nasty person, that's what you're going to get, is a mean, nasty ghost. And people mistake those and go, oh my God, it's a demon. He's just mean and nasty. Then you have the elementals. Ooh, this is going. We're entering into a lovely realm. Elementals are, let me get this straight, earth, wind, fire. They're fairies, they're gnomes, mermaids. Let me think. Elementals are also what Native Americans. You find them in forests. You find them near minerals. They believe when long ago that volcano erupted, it was because of elementals, fire. And that's a whole thing I know nothing about. I've never experienced an elemental. I do know you have to be very, very careful when it comes to elementals, because they can be crafty and difficult, and I don't know what to tell you about that one. That was a doozy. What I can share with you is when I moved into my second home that I had purchased, it was probably, how far away from here do you think?
About 50 miles?
Probably an hour, 20 minutes tops. I moved in, and in this house, when we were moving in, I went into the master bedroom, and on the master bedroom, set off to the side, was a sitting area, and then our bathroom. And it's not so much in the master bedroom, but in the sitting area, I immediately picked up a man, an angry man, a raging man. You've heard me talk about him because he followed me to Holland, but this was the first time picking up on him. And he would just get in my face, yelling, screaming, spitting mad. I just ignored it. I didn't want to acknowledge it and give it any more power. But it didn't matter what time of the day or night. I could walk it and boom, he's right there. Just, and he's so angry that I couldn't even understand what he was saying. And after about a year, I finally was like, okay, I got to find out what this is. So I just sat down, centered myself, got quiet, and he's just raging and raging and raging. And I'm like, my God. Well, what I didn't know, because of his rage, there was another spirit. He was a young man. He was very quiet. And from what I got was they were both soldiers from the Civil War. Both had died quite quickly. The quieter young man, he was just so concerned about his wife and child. And I kept telling him, your wife and child are no longer alive. They're waiting for you. You're stuck here worrying about them when they're waiting for you. And I was like, just calm down and center yourself and concentrate and focus on them, not worry, but focus on them. And he was able to find them, and he disappeared. Now I'm left with this raging bull of a man. And what I find out was, yes, he was too killed quickly, but he was not ready to die, and he was pissed. And I was kind of confused because of the area I was in. I was like, I don't think there was any Civil War action in this area. So I did research. And the research I found, yeah, there was Civil War action happening right in that area. So I talked to the guy who managed all the contractors that were building the neighborhood. He lived in our neighborhood, and I was talking to his wife, and I told her, I said, this is going to be sounding silly, and I told her, and she goes, oh my goodness. She goes, so I'm not the only one. I was like, okay, what? In our neighborhood, it's not a big one, but there is a pond, and it turns out that during the Civil War, the injured soldiers were sent near this water source because, you know, they can clean and do what they needed to do for the soldiers that were injured or dying. And so I went back. This angry spirit just did not want, he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to move on. He was pissed. He was angry. And I was like, I don't know how to help you then, bud. So he stayed there, and he raged at me, and I kept telling him, you're raging at the wrong person. I can't help you. If it was somebody else, maybe they would have granted him more power to be able to do things. I refused to grant him that. I wasn't scared of him. I wasn't frightened. And as you heard, he followed me to Holland. So that's my little haunting story. People ask a lot of time, do they think because of the COVID, oop, I didn't mean to say that. Because of this pandemic, are spirits more active? Yes. I can say absolutely yes, they are more active. Because more people are at home and they're noticing things that they usually miss because they're at work and then they're coming home, taking care of kids, cooking dinner, cleaning house, helping homework, you know, the whole melee of mess. And so people are sitting home and they're picking up on things more. I think too, like, we're not far from this battlefield, probably a 10-minute drive, but our area where we live was a battlefield as well. And I think when people stop going, because the battlefield is a park, when people stop going to the park and people are seeing things and, you know, giving it power, giving it acknowledgement, it keeps things going. So when they closed the parks, they didn't get that. So they're craving it and they're looking for it everywhere. So I think, yes, the pandemic has created a lot of confusion as well in our world as in their world. I don't know. Should I tell them about our little guest?
Yeah, sure, you can.
We have a little guest. I've always been very strict about keeping my home very protective. Have a child, and seems we have a little child ghost that loves to pester me and me only, which I don't mind. I mean, as long as it leaves my husband and my child alone, I don't care. But I get the tugs, the coldness, and it's more annoying than anything. Um, and right now it's sulking because it pestered me at the wrong time and I fussed at it. So it's kind of sulking right now. But yeah, several times throughout the day, it likes to tug on me. I don't acknowledge it because acknowledging it gives it power. Um, and I don't want to give it power because when you deal with child ghosts, you have to be very careful because there can be something a little sinister behind it. Because I don't think it's demonic, but demonics like to pretend they're children and lure people in. So I know it's not demonic. I know it's a child because I can feel the sulkiness of it right now. But I don't know how it snuck in, but it snuck in. And, you know, I'm not going to, as long as it's leaving my family alone, it can stay. I don't mind because I'm not scared of it. And it does know that I have the ability to put it outside my home and not welcome it ever back in. So that's my lovely story about hauntings. Um, like I said, guys, thank you for all the new people. Thank you for all of my existing people. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share, because the more you share it out and the more people I get, we can do a live stream, and boy, can we have fun on that one. Thanks, guys.